Inflation, increases to minimum wage. It's something we are all paying for at the menu. But those drive-thrus, they want customers back with dollar deals. They're luring us back in. And now sit-down restaurant chains are doing the same. They have their own value meals. In one instance, a 3-course dinner has the same price as a fast food combo. P.F. Chang's is now offering a $5 happy hour with snacks and a drink. A 3-course meal at Outback Steakhouse is as low as $14.99. Applebee's is offering an all-you-can-eat trio for just $15.99. That is how much you're going to spend to get a burger and fries. Speaking of which, McDonald's, Starbucks, they now have $5 deals. We've put a few up on your screen there. Taco Bell bringing back their $3 cravings menu for select items. But I want to know what financial people, experts, have to say about it. Lisa Chastain is here. She's a coach. And breaking this all down, I'm looking at these numbers. Prices are up at fast food places anywhere from 40 and 50% more than they were 5 years ago to even as much as 3 times higher. So are people savvier? Are they saying, you know, if I'm going to spend this much money in the drive-thru, I might as well go sit down, have a nice dinner with my family, and maybe even have a tablecloth?
I think that sounds amazing for a lot of families right now. Not just in food costs, we're seeing increased costs at the supermarket. We're seeing it everywhere. So to know that I can go to Outback and spend $15. Last time I was at Outback for my family of 4, it was over $200. This is great news for a lot of families, especially going back to school right now.
Are we addicted? I mean, you think about inflation being so high, right? I would want to pinch pennies. I even catch myself going to the grocery store. And whether I can afford it or not is not the question. It's what do I want to spend my money on? As of June, inflation's at 3%, and more than 81% of Americans are dining out once a month or more, with almost 40% of people saying they definitely eat out once a week. So is it just that we love the nostalgia? It's leftover FOMO from the pandemic where they say, you know, you only live once. Let's just eat and let them eat cake, even if that cake is double the price.
I don't know if it's price for Americans. With the families that I work with, it's a luxury. And also we're busier than ever. I know I have a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old, and it's go, go, go with school sports, different programming. So for a lot of families, they're choosing to save on time by going to eat out, or not just, they just don't want to cook. They're busy, they're tired, they're working full time. So they're looking at their money and saying, where do we want to spend it? Where can it go the furthest? And if they're choosing to spend money on food, some days they don't want to cook.
Yeah. I don't know if you're a fan of Dave Ramsey, but I sometimes follow him on Instagram and listen to his very real talk to people who call in. He would say, if you are still in debt, you should not be spending any money eating out. In fact, he'd probably say, go buy a bag of rice, go buy a bag of beans, and eat on that, subsist on that until you get those credit cards paid off. What's your advice to folks who might be dealing with a higher car payment, a higher mortgage, and still want to take their family out for a nice meal?
I think it's too simplistic to say that it's eating out, that's the problem. I think that money, because there's so much and so many prices went up across the board in life. For families first, prioritize. Prioritize where it's important for you to spend your money and your time. And if that means that on a Friday night after a long week, you choose to go to Outback for their new deal, I think that's a great way for families to look at what's really important to them versus just saying across the board, you can't do it. Because the truth is we're spending money on food anyway, whether we go grocery shopping or whether we go out.
Yeah. And I honestly, when I look by a restaurant that's empty, I feel bad. Like, I'm like, God, I wish I could just grab everybody on the street right now and treat them all to lunch just to keep that business afloat, because those small business owners help all of us to stay afloat. One more question. Obviously, people are concerned about the R word, recession, and whether we're on the verge of one. We saw the roller coaster with the S&P and the Dow. Just leading up to Friday, it was just an absolute madhouse. So what is the trend? What are we expecting heading into the election and the end of the year?
I think this is more of wait and see. Let's see what the Fed does with rate decreases coming up soon. The mortgage industry's got on pins and needles waiting for those much needed lower drops. And I don't think that we're in danger of a recession coming into the new year. We'll see whoever's elected, what the consequences there. But we're not really facing a doom and gloom situation, but it's a lot of wait and see.
Okay. Well, again, wait and see and have ice cream. But maybe
Yes,
have it
exactly.
at your local restaurant versus the drive-in. Though I got to keep Culver's and McDonald's in business because I enjoy their burgers. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.